So good. Oh, hi. How's it going? Yeah, you just caught me. I'm playing Chrono Trigger here. See, playing Chrono Trigger on my Rock Ally. This game is so good. Okay, let me pause right here. Just 1 second. I just leveled up. Okay, I'm done. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. Welcome to the stream. What? Whew. Okay, let's get on with the show. Welcome to the stream. This is Christian, CR.Worlds. That stands for Creatively Realistic Worlds. And we're talking about the creatively realistic worlds of gaming, entertainment, and all that good stuff. So, today's news, we're going to jump right into today's news, and then we're going to jump right into what I wanted to talk about concerning Microsoft, Xbox, and the BS that they went through. But first, some rapid fire news. Okay. Rapid fire news, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get on with the show. So I got my notes right here. Um, Perfect. I got my notes right here. So first news, Square Enix. Square Enix is shifting to a multi-platform strategy. So why are they going to a multi-platform strategy? I'm glad you asked. So they had the latest meetings, investor meeting, and they showcased the numbers, the fiscal year numbers, and it's not looking good. They are losing money, and they're losing money. They're not making sales. Final Fantasy 16 and Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth did not make any sale, so that's not good. And because of that, they are deciding to change gear. You know what I'm saying? So they're deciding to change gear, and they have a new business plan in place, and that is going to a going multi-platform. That means they're not going to release the Final Fantasy game, the mainline Final Fantasy game, on the PlayStation only. It's now going to go into Xbox and Nintendo platform. So that's good news for me because I like to see a numbered Final Fantasy on Nintendo. Final Fantasy started on a Nintendo console back in 1987. For those of you who don't know that, starting with the original Final Fantasy all the way to Final Fantasy 6, and then Final Fantasy 7 started, and that's when Square Enix decided to sign a deal with Sony to have all of the mainline titles except Final Fantasy 13, which got released on the Xbox. Um, yeah, so now they're deciding to go multi-platform. So that's good enough for me. That's good enough for Square Enix. They'll be making more money. I don't know about the PlayStation fans. They're not really fun. They're not really happy about it, but it is what it is. I never saw Square Enix um, as a first party developer for Sony, but I guess not many people will agree with me. But I guess that's what their mindset is set on. But that is the news so far with Square Enix. Now, let's get on with the next topic. Next topic is PlayStation is appointing Hideaki Nishino and Herman Hulst as new CEO. So we got two new CEOs after the departure of the CEO Jim Ryan, the last CEO. So Hideaki Nishino will be the CEO of the Platform Business Group for Sony Interactive Entertainment, while Herman Holst will be the CEO of the Studio Business Group. So that's also good news for Sony. They will be under new management and they will be reporting to Hideki Totoki. I believe that's his name. He will be the chairman of Sony Interactive Studio Oh, Hiroki Totoki, that is the chairman. So those two CEO will be reporting to him. They got big plans for Sony, and I'm hoping that will include first-party titles. If not, well, whatever rocks your boat, Sony. Now, next news we got Helldivers. Helldivers 2 PC escapes, PSN account requirements busts, but, not bust, but, Ghost of Tsushima, I like to call it Ghost of Sushi. Ghost of Tsushima multiplayer will have to include PSN account requirements. I mean, so what does that mean? That means that people who are on this, remember in my last stream I talked about countries who don't have PlayStation account, like PlayStation PS Network account. I don't know why Sony still hasn't established that. These countries will not be able to play Ghost of Tsushima multiplayer because of the PSN account that is not required on in the region. So how are we going to solve this? How are we going to solve this, Sony? How are we going to solve this? So I would suggest gamers to, like, I don't know, revolt. Like, don't buy the game. I would say don't buy the game. Don't buy the game until Sony does something about the PSN account. It actually makes PSN either include it in those countries that don't have PSN, or just don't require the PSN to play multiplayer. That's my take. Anyway, next. I think we are done with the news. Okay, we're done with the rapid fire news. Now let's get on to today's topic. Xbox. Xbox. Are we okay? Are we all good? I hope we all good because I'm about to go all in on Xbox right now, guys. So grab your coffee, grab your drink, grab your popcorn. We're about to have a good time. Okay, let's see if I can share my screen. Whew. Oh lordy, lordy, lordy. Lord have mercy. Where is my screen? That's the wrong screen. Okay, there we go. And that was the news I was talking about. Let's close that. Nope, you're not seeing this. Let's look at. Ooh. Okay. Let me switch my camera. Yeah, we are doing a little bit of technical stuff here. So okay. No, I'm not updating anything. Thank you. Um. Oh wait, I don't need to share my screen in this moment at this time. Yeah, I'm still new to this YouTube streaming thing, so bear with me. Okay, we'll go back here. I think I'll share my screen when I'm good already. Okay. So, yeah, so let's talk about Xbox. Xbox, what happened last week is that Xbox shut down 4 game studios. They shut down 4 game studios. The first one, Arcane Austin. The second one, Tango Gameworks. Third one, Alpha Dog Studio and Roundhouse Games. The reason why they're shutting down these studios is because Excuse me. The reason why they're shutting down the game studios is they're not making money. Okay, that's understandable, I guess. I mean, the I would mm, I would blame Xbox stupid business. The Xbox game division have been making stupid moves lately, from buying and buying and buying game studios. I mean, I'm guilty of buying stuff myself, but when it comes to business, when it comes to focusing on a business, it's not about buying acquisition and trying to be powerful. It's all about growth. It's all about growth. It's all about making money. It's all about keeping your brands intact. Microsoft completely lost that image, that brand image. They completely lost it by buying all of these acquisition, by making all these acquisition. They went and buy Bethesda. They went and buy Activision, Blizzard. Activision Blizzard was the final nail in the coffin, because how much did they purchase this game studio, Activision Blizzard? 70, I think, like roughly $70 billion. Roughly $70 billion. There were Microsoft gave Phil Spencer and the Xbox division at least $100 billion to make that kind of stupid move, I guess. And so he spent $70 billion on Activision Blizzard. They had to lay off at least like um 1,600 people from this from from that company, Activision Blizzard, and then they just closed down 4 game studios, all coming from Bethesda. Yo, that is that is crazy. That is crazy. And they're not gonna stop. They're not gonna stop with the laying off, apparently, according to the news. But let's talk about these 4 game studios. Arkane Austin, they were developing Redfalls. They were developing Redfalls. They wanted to cancel the game because because of the development. It wasn't going well. It wasn't going great. I guess the developers or the marketing, the advertisement people, they saw that it wasn't going to profit much. But the executives, the people above them, they were pushing for that release because they did not have Forza, they did not have Starfield. They weren't ready to showcase these 2 titles. Um, they wanted to meet their holiday numbers, so they had to push for that red force, like quite now, like hurry up, hurry up. The game got released. The sale flopped. Okay, the sale flops. Let's next chapter. Next. Let's focus on the next game. They were going to pitch a sim game to the executive. They were going to pitch a new sim games to the executive, but then guess what? They got shut down. The studio got shut down, and then we got Arkane Lion. Arkane Lion is the another studio that is part of the Arkane Studios. Arkane Austin got shut down now. Arkane Lion, which is in France, Arkane Lion, or Lyon. I'm French, so I'm gonna say the proper name. Arkane Lyon. They don't feel safe. They don't feel safe at all. The developer of Arkane Lion, is also the creative director. His name is Diga Bakaba, and he has a lot to say about what's going on. Now I'm going to share my screen. So yeah, he has a lot to say about that, and I have the article right here. Okay, Xbox Studio Showdown are a effing gut stab, according to the boss, Arkin Lion. This is absolutely terrible. This is him right here. Um, this is what he says. This is absolutely terrible. Permission to be human. To any executive reading this, friendly reminder that video games are an entertainment cultural industry, and your business as a corporation is to take care of your artists, entertainers, and help them create value for you. And he continues on saying, don't throw us into gold fever gambits. Don't use us as straw men for miscalculation, blind spots. Don't make our work environments Darwinist jungles. You say we make you proud when we make a good game. Make us proud when times are tough. We know you can. We've seen it before. For now, great teams are sunsetting before our eyes again, and it's a fucking, excuse my French, it's a effing gut stab. Sorry, YouTube, demon, don't cut me off because of that. Anyway, it's a effing gut stab. Leon is safe, but please be tactful and discerning about all this, and respect affected folks' voice and leave it room to be heard. It's their story to tell, their feelings to express. Now, I don't know about him saying that Leon feels safe. I mean, his confidence, I get that, but I'm not sure about that. Um, but yeah, for those who aren't aware, Arcane Leon is the team that was responsible for Deathloop and the upcoming Marvel Blade game. Marvel's Blade game. I mean, imagine that game on the Xbox. I mean, everybody is raving about the new Spider-Man game, Spider-Man 1 and 2, and then recently we got the leak of Spider-Man 3 coming soon. No thanks to those hackers. Can't stand those hackers. Anyway, but Marvel's Blades, whew, would you imagine? I mean, just guys, just think about this for a second. Would you imagine if Arcane Leon got shut down? Oh, oh man. I don't want. I don't. Anyway, yeah. Arcane Austin, which has now closed, was responsible for Redfall and 2017 Prey. Clearly, there's a lot of sadness reverberating around the industry following the news, and all the other studios closure that happened in recent months, and that includes a lot of disappointment and anger from Xbox fans. Let's read some of those fans' reaction because I'm curious about what those fans have to say, because like we'll talk about Hi-Fi Rush in a second, but let's talk about this Hi-Fi Rush. Okay, you know what? Let's go on to the next. Yeah, let's go on to the next studio. The studio who bought us Hi-Fi Rush, Dango GameWorks. These guys were making sales. It's not like they were not performing. They were making sales. They were making sales, but they were not making like their return on investment on Game Pass. Sure, but they were making sales. They were making awards. They made awards, guys. I never played that game, but looking at it, it looks so good. I want to try it. It's now available on the PlayStation 5, by the way, just so you know. It was moved to the PlayStation 5 as part of the of Xbox inquisition of bringing four exclusive Xbox games to other platforms. That includes this game. Um, what else? Grounded, Pentiment, and Sea of Thieves. This game and Sea of Thieves are now available on the PlayStation 5. So that was part of the Xbox initiative that they announced earlier this year. Like I think it was around February or March. I thought it was okay. That's fine. You're bringing some games, some first-party games on your platform. Cool, right? And then they do something stupid like this. They do something stupid like this. And guess what? Tango Gameworks were going to make a sequel. They were going to make a sequel of that game. So they were planning a sequel of that game following the success on another platform. It was succeeding on the PlayStation 5. And then they got shut down. They got shut down. And guess who, a day later, guess who says that we want smaller games to give us prestige and awards? Matt Booty. Yeah, that's his real name, Matt Booty. Matt Booty is the let me see what Matt Booty. He's an executive over at Xbox, just so you know. But yeah, that is his full last name. That is his last name, Booty, like Boo, like Bootylicious Booty, like Beyonce Bootylicious, that song. Yeah. Matt, if you listen to this, please get a better last name. Better last name. Anyway, um, yeah. Guess what he says after the shutdown of Tango Game Work? He says that we want smaller games that give us prestige and awards. That game gave you prestige and awards. That game that you see right there, it gave you prestige and awards. So why the hell did you shut it down? I mean, it was making sales, not as you wanted, but it was giving you awards. So what's the problem? What is the problem? See, that's what I like that's what one thing I like about this guy, the director of Blade, the tweets that he left. That's what I like about him. He is making other developers' voice heard, because people, what I don't like about people who are in charge of other people is that they don't sit their ass down, excuse my French, they don't sit their butt down and listen to other people, to people below them. Like yeah, we get it, you're the boss, we get it, you're above us, but don't treat us as if we are less than you. We are just like you. We are like, we human, we are human, we also have thoughts and feelings. So if we have some, we also have opinions. If you think that our opinion is wrong, at least take time to listen to our opinion. Is that too much to ask? Is that too much to ask? Anyway, so yeah, so the guys, the developers at Tango Gameworks, which is now shut down, they're now looking for work. I send them blessings. I hope that they find work very very soon, because I know how it feels like to not being able to work, not being able to get that job, because right now the the economy, the industry, the tech industry, and the gaming industry right now, it is bad. Like, people are looking for work everywhere, and they're still not able to find a secure position. They're still not able to find a secure position. They are able to like get some interviews here and there, but actually securing a job, it's very difficult. But I wish all these developers all the best. I hope you find something. I'm pretty sure you'll find something, because you guys worked on some of the greatest games out there. So I'm pretty sure you'll find something. So shout out to you guys. But yeah, that is um I must still share my screen. Okay, yeah. So this is this was the last tweet here. It was announced that Tango Gameworks will close. Thank you to everyone that explored the worlds we created. Hi-Fi Rush, along with Tango's previous title, will remain available and playable everywhere they are today. And these are some of the reactions. This person says, Hi-Fi Rush won a Game Award, a BAFTA, and many more. One of the most critically acclaimed Xbox games in years. Awesome, unique, and original game from Japan. Did you know that Tango Gameworks is a studio in Japan? And Xbox is struggling to find a market in Japan. And they decide to close this studio that is supposed to help them in the Japanese market. Like, what are you doing, Microsoft? What are you doing, Xbox? I'm pretty sure that there is some sort of conflict happening between the Xbox Game Studio, Game Division, and Microsoft themselves. I'm pretty sure Microsoft themselves, being like a group of old people, guys who don't even understand like the gaming division, they might be more like trying to figure out I think they are the one who are trying to do what's best for Microsoft or what's best for the game for the Xbox Game Studio, which is why now I've heard that Xbox division is now changing the name to Microsoft Gaming Division. That's what I heard. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, Microsoft closed down Tango GameWorks, and this person just let let it rip. He said, "So let me get this straight. Xbox and Bethesda decided to shut down the studio that made the most creative modern game in recent memory called Hi-Fi Rush." And this is his game right here. I know, I get the feeling. And this one, apparently making a very successful and highly beloved double A hit game Hi-Fi Rush is still not enough to be considered worth keeping. Yeah, still not enough. And what else? Oh yeah, Redfall DLC was cancelled. Yeah, anybody who is a Redfall fan, if you was waiting for that DLC, yeah, that you're not gonna get that DLC. Sorry. And then we got Alpha Dogs and Roundhouse Game. I don't know much about Alpha Dogs. What did Alpha Dog do? Alpha Dog Games. So what did Alpha Dog do? They did Waveborn, Mighty Doom, Monstrosity Rampage. Yeah, they closed too. They didn't make much game. Oh, they okay. Yeah, of course. I don't recognize these games. They're mostly iOS, Androids, like smartphone games. But yeah, they closed down their studio too. Oh, that game looks good. But yeah, oh, these are the guys. Oh, it sucks that they lost their jobs. But yeah. Oh, wait a minute. I recognize this place. Mm, no, I don't. No, I don't. Okay. I thought it was like a city I recognize, but it's not. But yeah, they're closed. They are closed too. And Roundhouse game. Let's see Roundhouse games. Roundhouse games list. Roundhouse Game Studio. They did Blair Witch Rune, Dead Man Hands, Redfall. They're the one who did Redfall. Okay. Oh, they're the one who did Redfall. I gotta do my research. Oh man, I like okay. Arcane, Austin, game list. What did they do? Okay, they did Dishonored and they did Prey and Deathloop. Okay. Oh yeah, they did Redfall. They also did Redfall. So I was right. Hmm. Oh, Xbox, please do not close Arcane Leon. Please do not close Arcane Leon. At least let us see Blade first, you know. But yeah, they closed this on. They closed the company that did Dishonored. But yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I do have a few things to say about this situation with Xbox. The Xbox gamers they did not want an acquisition. What they wanted was brand new first party titles. They've been wanting first party titles since the release of the Xbox Series X and the Xbox Series S. I actually have a question to those of you who are listening. Like, what is the point of getting a Series X and a Series S? What first party games do we have on the Series X and the Series S? Please let me know. Because I'm not really into Xbox, I'm more into Nintendo and Sony. But I want to know, like, what kind of games, what kind of first party games do we have on the Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S? Maybe I should do my research because I don't think we had any first party titles since the release of these consoles. Because that everywhere I go, everywhere I listen to game news, I hear people complaining about how we don't have games, we don't have games, we don't have games, we don't have games. Like, but what about all those games that are being released? Because I don't know. Just let me know what's going on. Xbox Series X first party games. And what is the difference between X and S? Like, which one is the real, like, which one is the one that is actually competing with PS5 and Switch? Is it the X or is it the S? Is the S like this stands for small, or is the X stands for extreme? Like, yeah, I know I don't really know much about it, but like, I wanna know. So, list of first party oh, that's first party studio. I wanna know first party games. First party games, please give me some first party games. Okay, every Xbox Series X exclusive currently announced for next gen only. Okay, we got Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, but that's coming soon. Clockwork Revolution, Fable. Let's see. Arc 2, Elder Scrolls 6. But these are games that are coming up. They are coming soon. I want to know games that are out now. About Fable, Indiana. Okay, yeah. I'm looking for games that are always that are currently out. Let's play games that are currently out. Okay, yeah, we got Halo Infinite. Halo Infinite. Oh yeah, Halo Infinite. Like, you know what's funny? You know what's funny? Nintendo recently had a investors meeting where they announced the release of well, not release, they made the announcements. They actually finally confirmed the existence of the Switch 2. You know what the president Furukawa said? He says that building, they are training the developers in, they are building the developers in-house. They are building the talent instead of acquiring those talents through studio buyout. What does that mean? That means that Nintendo is more focused on building their first party titles by first of all, building their developers rather than rather than buying studios left and right, like what is Microsoft doing right now. And he's right. He's so right. Like, Microsoft, what are you doing? Why are you wasting your money buying game studios instead of instead of putting all your resources in developing the developers that you've hired or that you are hiring? Like, we got Unreal Engine 5 that recently got released like last year or 2 years ago. Unreal Engine, let me see. Let me double check before I say something dumb. Unreal Engine 5 release date. Yeah, 2 years ago, 2022. Unreal Engine 5 was released 2022. And what was Microsoft doing at that time? Buying studios. We buy, like, how many studios have Microsoft bought? Xbox bought. Let's see how many studios. 40 subsidiaries include game developer, publisher, game studios as part of its Microsoft gaming organization. We got Xbox Game Studios, ZeniMax, Activision Blizzard, and also Bethesda. So Arcane, which they closed, Corporation, Double Fine, ID Software, Exile, Mojang, Ninja Theory, Playground, like stop buying studios. Like they in 2020 they announced, oh, we're going to acquire ZeniMax Media, and then they ended up getting Bethesda, they ended up getting Tango Gameworks, and they closed Tango Gameworks. You guys closed that studio. You want to buy that studio just to close it. You not even like go to your developers and ask them, what do you need, what you guys need, and whatever they need, please give it to them. Don't freaking close down the studio and lay them off. That's what you guys do. That's what you guys do all the time. Anyway, this is ridiculous. And then we got Matt Booty, who is like one of the executive Matt Booty, talking out of, I'm not even going to say it, out of his last name, about how we need studios like Tango Gameworks to give us awards and prestige. Meanwhile, you close down that studio. You want to buy that studio only to close it down. How do you think? How do you guys think? Like, how do you guys think? I mean, honestly, do you guys care about your developers? Do you guys care about your people that you are managing? You don't care. We don't care, no, we don't care. You guys don't care. Anyway, yeah. So, where was I before I went on the rant? I was like looking at. Oh, let me spell Xbox. You see how in my element I am. But anyway, yeah, if your developers are struggling, please go to them and ask them, what do you guys need, and then use the money that Microsoft gave you as to give them resources for them to be good at their job. Be good at their job. You know what Nintendo did when they were struggling with the Nintendo Wii U? When they were struggling making sales and getting people to get a Wii U, you know what they were doing? You know what Satoru Iwata, may he rest in peace, you know what he was doing? He took a pay cut. He took a pay cut so that Nintendo can save some money and then help the developers get resources and get that Switch. And then they ended up getting us ready for that Switch. I didn't even realize that they made a Switch announcement back in 2015. I didn't realize that. That's a long time. That's a long time compared to now. Like now they said, oh, guess what? The Switch 2 is coming and we'll announce it this fiscal year. But back in 2015, they were like, oh, the Switch is coming. It's codenamed NX. But you're not going to see it in 2017. Like, wow. That's a long time. But I guess that's what they did. Anyway, but yeah. So do I need to say anything else at this time? Oh yeah, Phil Spencer. Where is Phil Spencer? Like, do anybody know where Phil Spencer is throughout this whole chaos? Like, where is Phil Spencer? Like, where is Phil Spencer? during the Xbox Shutdown 2024. Like, oh, okay. Always, no. Microsoft responds after closing studios and canceling. Okay. Oh, look at my boy Marlon Gaming Nation. He says Phil Spencer should be fired. I mean, I don't condone, like, I don't want people getting fired and losing their job over stupid mistakes like these. But sometimes capitalism gets the better of us, you know. But you guys might have better thoughts and opinions than me. But I think, yeah, he's been giving so many passes, but I really want him to respond to what's been going on. And right now, he still hasn't responded. But he did respond with, like, remember that podcast that they made, and Phil was like, oh yeah, we are bringing some games like 4 games to other platform, and that is Pentiment, Sea of Thieves, Hi-Fi Rush, and Grounded. And he was like, oh yeah, these games will be coming in. He actually didn't name these 4 games. It was leaked after the podcast. But he was like, oh, we bring 4 games. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle will not be one of these games. And everybody was like, oh, thank God. Whew, whew. Oh my gosh, I thought we were done. Yeah, now that rumor has it, more games will be coming to multi-platform, more use.
We started a rumor.
What rumor?
Those rumors, more games will be coming to, like, to more consoles. Like Nintendo Switch is gonna get some more Xbox games. Hey, so is Sony, so is PlayStation getting more games from this Xbox. Hey, imagine Halo coming to Switch 2. Imagine that. Oh, Sony getting that Halo game. I mean, Sony also has its business to deal with too, like remake and remaster, nothing but remake and remaster, like Horizon getting a remake or remaster, and we also got like Last of Us Part 1 and Part 2 getting a remaster, Ghost of Tsushima too. I mean, Ghost of Tsushima is not getting a remaster because it's a brand new game, duh. But that second game, I mean, who wants to buy a game and then have multiplayer being limited, especially if you are in the country that don't have PSN? I come from a country that don't have PSN up until now, and we had PlayStation 1. All country that don't have PSN had a PlayStation 1. We started with PlayStation 1. It's not like we're getting PlayStation 5 for the first time in our lives. We had a PlayStation 1. I've played the PlayStation 1 back in my home country that don't have PSN. Like, what are you doing, Sony? Why aren't you bringing PlayStation Network in this country, in those countries? Like, are they limited to network? You guys got to do something. You got to do something better. You got to do better. These countries, I mean, if you are looking for talent in these countries, they got talent in these countries. We got smart people that are over there in these countries. They're not living in jungles as you simpleton think of. They're not living in jungles as you simpleton think of. They are in civilizations too. Should I Google those countries and then look at the pictures of the cities just to make a point? I'm not going to do that, but that will waste my time. But it is what it is anyway. Sarah Bonds. Let's talk about Sarah Bonds. She had an interview, a Bloomberg interview, It's going to be 17 minutes, but I'm going to stream to that real quick. It was cringe. Let's listen to that because I want to listen to that.
Building your online business?
I don't want to see
Go to
commercial.
Wix.com
Please
and
get
set
out
up your
of my
store on a
face.
single.
Thank you.
Please welcome to the stage Sarah Bond, president of Xbox at
I'm sounding
Microsoft,
very,
for
very salty right now.
conversation with Bloomberg's Dina Bass.
I'm sounding very salty right now. I'm sorry about that, guys, but if you support that channel, if you like what you're saying, if you're listening to, hit that like button, hit that share
Sarah,
button.
thank you so much for joining us today. So I want to start talking about the industry in general. You and Microsoft Games CEO Phil Spencer have been raising kind of the alarm that the video game industry is just not growing, and there's a real need to figure out how to reverse that. What's causing the issue, and how does Xbox turn it around?
Yeah, the last year or so in video games, largely the industry's been flat. And even in 2023, we saw just some tremendous releases.
Before I continue with the interview, during the podcast, the Xbox podcast, where Phil Spencer, Matt Booty, and Sarah Bones were together, she kind of like dropped the ball there and says that we will be getting a next gen console. Like that was a strategy. Like drop that next gen console announcement. Maybe getting the Xbox gamers a little bit excited. You took the like. I think I think she may have taken Nintendo's thunder. Even though they haven't announced the Switch 2 yet, it was just a rumor. Like a rumor that most people started.
We started a rumor.
What rumor?
The Switch 2 rumor. So she was like, you know what? Let's talk. I'm going to talk about the next gen Xbox. Maybe make them a little bit happy. Make their hearts go like be at peace a little bit. I'm like, no, nah. You know what? Nah. I'm sorry, but Xbox gamers, I don't know about Xbox gamers. I mean, I'm not in the mindset, but Xbox gamers want first party games. And really good one at that. They don't want a next gen console yet. Not yet. But I mean, that's just me. That's just my mindset. But you guys might think something else, something entirely different, and I totally respect it. Anyway, let's get on with the video.
Tremendously groundbreaking games, but still the growth didn't follow all of that. And a lot of that's related to our need to bring new players in, make gaming more accessible, but all of that has been happening at the same time that the cost associated with making these beautiful AAA blockbuster games is going up, and the time it takes to make them is going up. And so much of our focus as Xbox is about how we do things to help the industry all up, while also ensuring that our brand, everything that we do is there through this moment of transition.
Related to some of the trends you're identifying, earlier this week, Xbox announced the shuttering of 4 game studios. I know you're not the studio's chief, but how should gamers understand that move in terms of Microsoft's commitment to developing innovative exclusive games?
Yeah, it's always extraordinarily hard when you have to make decisions like that. I'll go back to what I was saying about the industry, and when we looked at those fundamental trends, we feel a deep responsibility to ensure that the games we make, the devices we build, the services that we offer are there through moments, even when the industry isn't growing and when you're through a time of transition. And the news we announced earlier this week is an outcome of that. And our commitment to make sure that the business is healthy for the long term. But that said, our commitment to having our own studios and working with partners to have games large and small. We're a platform where you can play GTA, but you can also play CR.Worlds, where you can play Call of Duty, and you can also play Pentiment. That doesn't change. And frankly, our commitment to Bethesda and the role that
Real quick about Call of Duty, I have a lot to say about that too because they had Microsoft and the Xbox division had a lot of um, opportunities to make some sales to grow their business to continue growing. They had opportunities, but they just killed it. Apart from Hi-Fi Rush, I'll be talking about it. It relates to some cancelled projects. I'll talk about it in a second.
it plays is part of Xbox and everything we do. It's actually been pretty fantastic. I don't know if you've gotten a chance to check it out. The Fallout TV show was on Amazon, and it's been great to see people fall in love with that universe, but also what it's done for the games themselves and people going back and exploring everything that's inside of that. There's some other great things that are coming from our studios later this year. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. I was a big indie fan growing up. Looks like you were too. So you should check that out. But really right now for us and our teams, our focus is on the people impacted and doing everything that we can do to help them through this hard transition.
I think one of the things that was most exciting both to Xbox gamers and to employees is that one of the Shuttered studios in particular just created a hit game, did really well on Game Pass in terms of engagement, and won a ton of awards. Shouldn't succeeding in that way ensure the future of a studio?
Building your online business? Go to Wix.com and set up your store on a single integrated platform. Add products. Showcase them dynamically. And
Skip.
One of the things I really love about the games industry is it's a creative art form. And it means that the situation and what success is for each game and studio is also really unique. Like there's no one size fits all to it for us. And so we look at each studio, each game team, and we look at a whole variety of factors when we're faced with sort of making decisions and trade-offs like that. But it all comes back to our long-term commitment to the games we create, the devices we build, the services, and ensuring that we're setting ourselves up to be able to deliver on those promises.
Talking further about growth, I mean, one of the key focus areas for Xbox in terms of growth, and this was also one of the key bets in the
Did you guys get that? Because I just
was mobile. What's the Xbox plan for future mobile gaming, and when can we finally see it?
Yeah, it feels like it's been a long time since we announced the Activision acquisition, which we completed in October.
Stupidest acquisition ever.
The whole thesis about that, a lot of why we did it was about mobile. And
wait. Back up. Hold up. So the acquisition was done because of mobile?
For there to be an experience on mobile that is centered around gamers. Like we talk a lot about how there's 3 billion gamers in the world. 2 of those billion play on mobile. And half of those actually play on mobile and they play on another device. But
there's nothing wrong with mobile, but mobile
store experience that is centered around players and goes truly across devices.
$70 billion
your library, your identity,
to focus on mobile?
That travels with you versus being locked to a single ecosystem. And we've recognized that opportunity for a long time, but we wanted to make sure that anything we built was really grounded in people who play those mobile native games and the creators of them. And so being joined with a team that has real deep expertise in mobile was important to us. But we are that now. And so in July, we are going to be launching our mobile store experience. We're going to start actually by bringing our own first-party portfolio to that. So you're going to see games like Candy Crush show up in that experience, games like Minecraft. And then we're going to extend that capability to partners so that they can also take advantage of it and have a true cross-platform, gaming-centric mobile experience. We're going to start on the web. And we're doing that because that really allows us to have it be an experience that's accessible across all devices, all countries, no matter what, independent of the policies of closed ecosystem stores. And then we're going to extend from there. So I'm excited about it just because it's something that we've wanted to do for a long time. We've heard gamers talking about it for a long time, and we're now at the point where we can take those steps.
And so in July when it launches, we at that point at the beginning see Candy Crush and Minecraft in it, or how soon? Or
Candy Crush!
You'll see things roll out over time.
Do you know how soon partners will be able to use it?
Candy Crush!
The goal is to get partners shortly after launch. We really want to make sure we start and we scale using our own IP first. That allows us to make sure that the experience that we bring partners into really builds on all the quality and learning that we have as a team.
Another big discussion point in the Activision acquisition was cloud gaming and how big that market really was. When will we really see it gain traction? Is it gaining users finally in any particular regions and scenarios? How is it doing? What do people use it for?
Yeah, so, cloud gaming, for those that don't know, I don't know if everyone here in the audience is familiar with it, is just the ability to play a game natively from the cloud. So you don't need to actually have a piece of hardware in your home, and you can experience something that's AAA Xbox gaming on any device, regardless of the local compute that you have. And we have been investing in that for some time because we really believe that opening up sort of these beautiful immersive experiences to more gamers is important for industry growth, for developers, and we know people want to play those experiences. And we're seeing tremendous growth there. We have more demand than supply in that area, and you'll see us rolling out more capacity, introducing more options for people to jump in and play on the cloud.
And is it growing faster than the overall market? We were talking about the market itself is down. Where is cloud gaming?
It is growing faster than the overall market, really bringing in new players and growth for us. So it's an area where we're investing more and we're excited about.
Earlier this year, Xbox announced for the first time that it was bringing a slate of Xbox-developed games.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, those 4 games.
To rival platforms, to Sony's PlayStation, Nintendo Switch. That obviously was a big change. It was a little bit unsettling for some of the Xbox hardware fans, but how is it going so far? Do you have any data about how the games are doing? Just do PlayStation gamers really want to play Sea of Thieves?
It's early days yet, so I don't have specific data to share, but we are really encouraged by the reception of our games. And one thing that I think it's important to note is, as Xbox, we've been putting games on other platforms for a long time. Minecraft is available pretty much universally. The teams at Bethesda have had games on other platforms. The teams at Activision Blizzard have games on other platforms. And so it's a decision we just make on a game-by-game basis as we move forward and continue to execute on our strategy.
At the same time, we've talked about mobile, we've talked about cloud. Of course, Xbox itself's heritage is in console. And, the energy around the console right now is a little challenged. Many of the hardcore long-term customers are worried. They're worried about the release on other platforms. They're worried that that may indicate that Xbox is defocusing its own hardware. What do you say to them? How do you make them feel like Xbox is still for them?
Yeah, first, the worry that I see is happening across the industry, and I think is a lot of what we're seeing, just industry all up. But specific to core gamers, my focus has really been on engineering and building that next generation hardware experience that really, really taps in to their needs. I talked about this a little bit publicly a few months ago. I talked about how, our focus is on delivering the biggest leap ever. And that's about really thinking through every aspect of what that hardware and what that experience delivers with the core gamer in mind. And that is about power and performance. That's absolutely a part of it. But it's also about the ability to be able to play all of the games. I mean, we have people who have been playing on Xbox for decades, have invested thousands and thousands of dollars and hours with us, and to be able to take all of those games with them into the hardware of the future. So one of the decisions I made when I came in and became president of Xbox was to establish a team dedicated to that, to game preservation and ensuring that future generations, future iterations, that you get to take those things with you forward.
So does that mean that if we get so that is that where Xbox Game Pass comes in? But if you are all into game preservation, why are you all about like the future of all digital media? And you know what all digital media mean by that, why it's like no more physical copies. Like physical copies is also part of preservation. Like actually having a physical version of a game, that's part of game preservation. I mean, that's what I think. I'm not the president of Microsoft, but that's what I think. Because for me, having game preservation in the form of a physical disc is having that game for life, and it's being able to own that game as a customer. But if you go on to the Game Pass and you decide to go the Game Pass route, that means you're going to take away whatever kind of game you want to take away. Even if it's my favorite game, like one day I'll wake up in the morning and then I see my favorite game is no longer on Xbox or Game Pass, I'll be like, what the heck? You know? That for me is not preservation. But that's just me. That's just me. I'm not the president of Microsoft's Xbox. But that's just me. And we keep going.
The next part of that is saying, okay, I get to bring those games with me. I'm invested in those games. I get an incredible high performance experience on my console, but also continuing our commitment to make sure that gamers can bring their games with them wherever they want to play. That my Xbox library is something that can go with me and that I can enjoy with others. So our long-term commitment to cross-play is part of that.
But I don't want to lose
And
my
our
Xbox
commitment to
libraries.
cross-progression and cloud saves, so you can pick up on one device and you can play on another is part of that. And also our investments in cloud gaming, which you referenced earlier. A lot of those who use cloud gaming are people who own a console. They're just, they want to play it on another device and go somewhere else. So that's the second piece.
But the thing is, I don't want to lose my game library. If I end up losing, like I mentioned with the all digital future, because the thing is with all digital future, yeah, you can bring your game wherever, as long as it's on a device, as long as it's not physical, you can bring your game whatever. But see, the thing is, like Netflix is like having every movies and TV shows that you want on one account. But what Netflix is doing is that they are taking away TV shows and movies, and you won't be able to have those in your library. That's what that's what you that's what the game industry is going that route too. So there's that factor you have to um what's the word I'm looking for? There's that factor you have to acknowledge. Like, how do you fix that? You know, Sony took away not Bayonetta is Nintendo's. Sony took away Stellar Blades, like when Sony had released accidentally a demo of Stellar Blades, they quickly took it away from the PlayStation Store. But you know what they also did? They took it away from the actual library of players who were playing the demo for Stellar Blades. What does that say? Like in the future, when Sony and Microsoft decides to go all digital, and then they decide, oh, this game we're going to take it away from the library, and then you're going to go inside other people's library. Like, or like other gamers like who actually purchased the game and then they take that away. They have lost $60. So every game that you buy on Game Pass, or every game that you buy on the PSN, or every game that you buy on the Nintendo eShop, you're gonna end up losing these because they don't really belong to you. Just think about that for a second.
And then the last piece is about Game Pass. We know
Oh yeah,
our
Game
core
Pass.
users love Game Pass. Game Pass is a gaming subscription. You get a whole portfolio of games, but importantly, you get every single one of our games that we build day one in Game Pass. And the quality and the breadth of those games has only been going up over time, and you're going to see some more really big games going into Game Pass later this year.
From Activision's portfolio?
Across the whole slate. Across the whole slate. You're going to see some really amazing things.
Activision's portfolio?
Across the whole slate. Across the whole slate. You're going to see some really this year.
From Activision's portfolio?
Across the whole slate. Across the whole slate. You're going to see some really amazing things. And keeping that as something.
I didn't hear well what the host was trying to say, but Call of Duty is part of Activision, so I'm guessing they're going to bring Call of Duty on Game Pass.
Thing that is really special for Xbox players is central for us.
A lot of the focus at this conference today has been AI. But
Ooh, AI.
AI for gamers is a little different than we talk about AI for the enterprise.
Pause. Unlike most gamers out there, I actually love AI. I do a lot of fun stuff with AI, and that's just me. But gamers sounds really into AI, and I would love to see a future where game developers can actually do something with AI. I think, will cut game developments by, I would say, 30 or 40%, because the Nintendo's president, he said that, what did he say? He said that game development is getting harder and harder, that it took them 6 years to develop Tears of the Kingdom and finish the development for Tears of the Kingdom, Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. And it's getting more and more difficult to develop, which is why it's so important for Microsoft to train your developers, even if they're coming straight out of school, straight out of work. There is a difference between training your developers or something on what they already know, and then training those who don't know about game development. It's the former that you need to develop. Those who have learned the ropes of game development, like, okay, they know how to do game design, they know how to do character art, they know how to do environment building, they know how to do what we call that, GUI, graphical user interface, level design, and all that good stuff. They know how to do all of that stuff, and then you bring them in as internship or as entry level, and then you train them with your so what I'm looking for. You train them with what they know, and with what you have, with your resources, and they become good. That's the approach that Nintendo is taking, which I highly respect. But Microsoft is wasting all that money not training their first-party developers, but acquiring studios left and right, and they're not even training those studios. They're letting those studios do whatever they want, or they're trying to take over. And I don't know, but it is what it is.
Or for healthcare. Where do you think AI will be important, both to players and to game developers?
Yeah, that's where I want AI to go. I want AI to help with game development, so that it will be faster and easier for game developers to develop great games, and then showcase these games and get gamers excited again. Because right now gamers aren't really excited about the future because of all that chaos that's happening. But that's why I'm really excited about AI. I'm so invested in AI. And you guys, I suggest you get invested in AI too. It's not a replacement, it's a tool. I always say that AI is never a replacement. It is always a tool.
And how's Microsoft investing against that?
Yeah. I didn't hear all the talks today, but I think we can all confidently say that we are right at the beginning of what AI means for us as a society, and for businesses in general. And that's absolutely true in gaming as well. For us, we take our responsibility around AI as Microsoft very seriously.
Of course.
Being really, really.
Of course, that's the one thing I like about Microsoft's like how they are taking the how they are taking the AI approach with ChatGPT and all that good stuff. Copilot. What else for the development sides? We got what was it? Code GPT. I think it was Code GPT. But yeah. Oh, and GitHub Copilot.
Really thoughtful about what we do. And as Xbox, there's something really unique about being a gaming company that is part of a major AI company. And so all of our focus within our team is about how we ensure that gaming AI is really crafted in a way that delivers unique and delightful experiences to players, and adds real value for developers. So there's three things we look at as part of that. The first is around developer velocity. How do we give developers tools to make it easier for them to realize their creations, to speed up iteration cycles, and also, frankly, to make it easier for people who may not have as much in-depth training on game development to build a game? We know that with that, there's just going to be a huge proliferation of gaming content and options out there. So that leads us very naturally to the next layer where we're investing a lot, which is around discovery and making sure that people can really be matched with the game experience that we know that they'll love, and that a whole range of creations can be discovered from the biggest games, but also from something novel and new that you may not have intuitively known to look for, but you're going to love if you experience it. And then the last piece is around the actual experience in the game. Engagement, delight, playing through and having a fun time, not getting stuck, all the things that come with that, so that you can get really the most out of the game experience. So we are early in this, as I said. You'll see us share things, and things will come out during the course of the year. But our focus just really continues to be on keeping player at the center, keeping the developer at the center, and how AI turns up in gaming.
Xbox President Sarah Bond, thank you so much
right.
for your time.
Thank you.
Yeah. I didn't get much stuff in that interview, but that's the interview on the future of Xbox. Okay, last few what I'm looking for. Last few bits of news. Well, it's not really news. It's just my thoughts and opinion on AI. DLSS technology. It's also AI, and I heard. Let me see. Okay, DLSS technology. I heard a rumor.
We started a rumor.
What rumor?
Rumor has it that the Nintendo Switch 2 will have DLSS. And what is DLSS? DLSS is a revolutionary breakthrough in AI graphics that multiplies performance. Powered by the new 4th Gen Tensor Core and Optim-Core Flow Accelerator on GeForce RTX 40 series GPUs. So it's AI that's going to power frame rate and graphic. Just think about that for a second. And it's also going to involve DLAA performance, reconstruction, that's like ray tracing, all that good stuff. Well, it's good stuff for people who are into all that stuff. For me, I don't really care much about that, but that's the that's the future. That's the future. Um, Quick reconstruction, super resolution, frame regeneration, and I don't see the difference here, but this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like.
You can make your way to the streets via the elevator in Water Cartel HQ.
I mean, do you see any let me put it high.
You can make your way to the streets via the elevator in Water Cartel HQ.
I mean, it's a step up. It's a step up in graphic and performance in gaming, which I really like. And Nvidia is leading the AI charge. It's leading the AI space, and it's not just doing that. Um it's also responsible for AI in character like NPC. So that's, let me see, Nvidia character AI. See, Nvidia is a suite of technologies designed to bring character to life. Covert Protocol is a new technology demonstration created by Inward AI in partnership with Nvidia that pushes the boundary of what character interaction in games can be. So they're going to bring these digital characters to life. So imagine NPCs. Imagine NPCs, guys. Imagine NPCs talking to your character in game as if they're talking to you in real life. Oh, imagine those NPCs coming to life in your favorite games like Final Fantasy or Xenoblades or Uncharted or whatever. I mean, that's exciting. So we are in a really exciting time, guys. We are in a real exciting time. But I'm going to share that link um right here in the chat. Hopefully you're able to see that. But yeah, click on that, take a read, give it a read. Anyway, I'm going to, so yeah, that's basically all I have to share. I'm going to go, it's getting late, and as you can see, I'm not at home. I'm in my office. I'm at work. So well, it's not really my office, it's the public office, but still. Yeah, so I'm going to go, it's getting late. I go, like, comment, subscribe. I'll be bringing you more news, and stay tuned on Thursday. Hopefully I will not be too busy on Thursday for some new Retro Thursday. And with that said, this is Christian, and I'm gonna see you later. Bye.